Dear man and women within the vast kingdom of spirit, every idea has its messenger, every need its supply, and every desire its perfect fulfillment. Among these radiant emissaries stands one whose presence is golden, whose wings shimmer with the light of abundance, whose very breath is the perfume of prosperity, the angel of money. This angel is not a mere symbol of coins or currency, but a living expression of divine substance, an eternal reminder that riches are not created by toil or fear, but by alignment with infinite intelligence. The angel of money whispers to the heart, all that you require already exists. All that you imagine can be yours. You are heir to the kingdom of plenty. The angel does not arrive with struggle, nor with anxiety, but with ease, grace, and the certainty that wealth flows to those who are tuned to its frequency. Money is not the root of lack nor the servant of greed. It is energy, pure and untainted, awaiting direction from the consciousness that commands it. The angel of money teaches that thoughts are magnets, words are decrees, and beliefs are invitations. When one speaks lack, the angel cannot enter. When one clings to fear, the wings of provision remain folded. But when the soul proclaims with unwavering faith, I walk in a universe of lavish abundance, riches are drawn to me with effortless speed. The angel of money takes flight, scattering blessings like golden leaves upon the path. In the silence of prayer, the angel approaches. In the song of gratitude, the angel sings. In the moment a man or woman dares to know that supply is endless and prosperity a birthright, the angel stands beside them, opening invisible doors, arranging divine appointments, moving unseen hands to release treasure. The angel of money is not bound by numbers, nor markets, nor worldly economy. Its realm is eternal law, the law of opulence, the law of circulation, the law that declares, as you sow, so shall you reap, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The angel urges us to release the grasp of hoarding, for only in circulation does money breathe. Only in generosity does it multiply, only in joy does it remain. When you summon the angel of money, you summon not mere wealth, but freedom, freedom to create, freedom to serve, freedom to live fully in the radiant design of destiny. This angel is the golden bridge between your invisible faith and your visible fortune. It does not argue, it does not delay. It simply waits for your recognition, your spoken word, your fearless claim of prosperity now. So lift your eyes from the shadow of limitation and behold the shining wings of supply. Call forth this angel with confidence, and let every word you speak be a seed of riches. For the angel of money is always near, ever ready, ever willing, ever able to bestow its endless treasures upon the soul that dares to believe. Money is divine energy, a messenger of abundance, not mere currency. To see money as paper, metal, or digital numbers alone is to limit its essence, to confine it to a shadow of its true form. Money, in its deepest truth, is an outpouring of divine substance, a shimmering vibration of the infinite, clothed in a form that human hands may hold and human minds may count. Yet behind every coin, behind every bill, behind every number glowing on a screen, is the eternal current of spirit flowing ceaselessly, longing only for recognition. When we call money divine energy, we lift it from the lowlands of fear and grasping into the high places of trust and knowing. We release the chains of judgment that have named money as corrupt or unspiritual, and instead see it as an angelic messenger, carrying with it the very assurance of supply. Just as sunlight is the messenger of warmth, and rain is the messenger of growth, money is the messenger of provision, of comfort, of opportunity. Those who fear money, who condemn it, who resent its presence in the hands of others, unknowingly close the doors through which divine energy would enter their own lives. For money, like all divine messengers, seeks welcome, not resistance. It comes where it is honored, where it is seen as sacred, where it is called good. To call money evil is to cast out the angel. To call money holy is to invite the angel to abide with you. Every thought of love toward money draws it nearer. Every thought of condemnation drives it away. Not because money itself is fickle or capricious, but because consciousness opens or shuts the gate through which divine energy flows. Money is not earned so much as it is aligned with. Countless examples stand before us, some toil endlessly and yet know only lack, while others, with ease and delight, attract overflowing supply. The difference lies not in effort but in recognition. The soul that sees money as divine energy speaks to it with joy, blesses it when it comes, blesses it when it goes, knowing it circulates endlessly and returns multiplied. The soul that sees money as mere currency clutches it in fear, hoards it in secrecy, or spends it with guilt, and thus lives in a cycle of depletion. The truth is that money, being divine energy, cannot be hoarded without stagnating. It longs to flow, to move, to serve, to fulfill. It is the river of supply, not the pond of scarcity. When we dam it with fear, it grows stagnant. When we release it with faith, it flows in crystal abundance. Consider how divine energy moves in all things. The breath you take in cannot be held forever. It must be released, and in its release, you are filled again. The water that quenches your thirst must continue its journey, and in its circulation, the earth remains fertile. The sunlight that warms your skin cannot be trapped in a jar. It must shine freely, or it ceases to be light. In the same way, money cannot be bound by chains of fear or locked away in distrust without losing its life. Money is alive when it flows. Money is divine when it circulates. The angel of money delights in circulation, for circulation is the law of the universe. If you see money as only a tool of man, its value is limited to numbers on paper and calculations of exchange. But when you see money as divine energy, its value expands beyond numbers into the realm of the miraculous. Then money does not merely come from wages or transactions, but from unexpected sources, from sudden opportunities, from channels unseen by the human eye. For divine energy is infinite, and its messengers are not bound to one path. The angel of money may arrive through a paycheck, but it may just as easily arrive through a gift, a refund, an inheritance, a chance encounter, a door that swings open at the precise moment it is needed. To the consciousness that recognizes money as divine, supply is endless and ways are innumerable. When money is seen as divine, it ceases to be feared. One no longer dreads the paying of bills, for each bill becomes a sacred exchange, proof that energy has flowed through your life and now continues its journey. One no longer resents the success of others, for their wealth is seen not as a threat, but as proof of the boundless generosity of spirit. One no longer doubts their own worthiness, for money, being divine energy, is not granted according to personal merit or effort alone, but according to faith, vision, and alignment with infinite law. Money, as divine energy, responds to blessing. The one who blesses every coin, who speaks lovingly to their purse, who gives thanks for even the smallest income, awakens the angel of money to spread its wings wider. Gratitude amplifies the flow, resentment blocks it. A heart that blesses is a magnet for divine energy. A tongue that complains is a repellent. This is the law, immutable and certain. To say I never have enough is to command lack. To say, money comes to me in perfect ways, is to call forth supply. Words spoken with conviction direct divine energy, and money being divine obeys. See how even children, unburdened by fear, attract gifts, coins, toys, provisions with ease. Their laughter is magnetic, their belief unquestioning, their joy a doorway for supply. In the same way, the adult who restores childlike trust, who plays with the idea of money as a friend, who delights in its presence, becomes a magnet for its abundance. Divine energy flows where joy resides, and money, as its messenger, hastens to serve the joyful soul. Money is not master but servant, not tyrant but ally, not weight but wing. When seen as divine energy, it is understood to be always sufficient, always available, always arriving in perfect time and measure. The angel of money does not bring stress, but peace, not bondage, but freedom, not limitation, but possibility. And to see money in this way is to live in the consciousness of wealth, even before the evidence appears. For consciousness is the soil, and money the fruit. If the soil is rich with faith and blessing, the fruit will be abundant. If the soil is poor with fear and complaint, the fruit will wither. The angel of money reveals this truth again and again. Money is not cause, but effect, not master, but messenger, not currency. but divine energy, clothed in form to remind us that the infinite is always providing. Thoughts, words, and beliefs are magnets that attract or repel prosperity. The invisible realm of mind is the true marketplace where fortune is bought and sold, not with coins but with convictions. Every idea we hold, every sentence we speak, every belief we repeat becomes a vibration sent forth into the universe, and by the law of attraction, the like vibration returns multiplied. To think of poverty is to summon it, to dwell upon lack is to invite it, to speak of struggle is to anchor it in one's affairs. In the same way, to think of abundance is to draw it closer, to affirm wealth is to magnetize it, to believe in overflowing supply is to call forth the angel of money to scatter blessings in every direction. The mind is never neutral. It is always sending forth energy, always shaping the unseen substance of spirit into form. Thoughts are living things, clothed in the garments of belief, empowered by the breath of words. A single thought held long enough grows into a belief. A belief spoken often enough becomes a decree. A decree, charged with faith, moves into manifestation. This is the creative process that governs money as surely as it governs health, love, or opportunity. The angel of money responds not to idle wishes, but to the deep convictions written in the heart and repeated in the language of the soul. If one believes money is scarce, then scarce it becomes, for the universe mirrors belief as faithfully as a lake mirrors the sky. If one believes money is plentiful, flowing freely, ever available, then evidence begins to arrange itself to match that belief. The magnet of thought does not fail, for it is law. Words add power to thought, for the spoken word is thought made audible. Thought vibrating through the air, thought multiplied in strength. To say again and again, "I cannot afford," is to push away the very abundance one longs for. To say with faith, "I am supplied in perfect ways," is to draw prosperity as surely as a magnet draws iron filings. Belief is the anchor that fixes thought and word into certainty. Without belief, words are hollow. Without belief, thoughts are fleeting. Belief is the soil where the seed of thought takes root, and the rain of words waters it. A man may repeat affirmations endlessly, but if belief in lack rules his heart, the harvest will be barren. Another may speak only a few words, but if they are spoken with belief as deep as the ocean, they will move mountains of limitation and open the floodgates of supply. The power is not in the number of words, but in the conviction behind them. Every day the mind is choosing whether to attract or repel prosperity. When fear is entertained, when doubt is rehearsed, when envy or resentment are allowed to linger, these thoughts become heavy magnets pulling scarcity, delay, and struggle. Yet when faith is entertained, when gratitude is rehearsed, when joy and generosity are allowed to flourish, these thoughts become radiant magnets pulling ease, opportunity, and increase. The angel of money listens to the chorus of our inner dialogue, to the silent beliefs we cradle, to the declarations we make aloud. The angel cannot deliver wealth to a consciousness filled with contradiction, where faith and fear wrestle endlessly. It waits for harmony, for consistency, for the steady drumbeat of abundance, thinking, before pouring its treasures forth. It is not enough to think prosperity only in moments of quiet prayer while living the rest of the day in fear. It is not enough to speak affirmations in the morning and contradict them with words of worry at night. Prosperity flows when thoughts, words, and beliefs form a single melody, when the mind sings of abundance without discord. Then the magnet is strong, unwavering, irresistible, and money hastens toward it from all directions. Every complaint is a magnet, drawing more to complain about. Every blessing spoken is a magnet, drawing more to bless. To say, "I am always short of money," is to bind the angel of money with cords of iron. To say, "Money comes to me from expected and unexpected sources," is to free the angel to open new channels. Words of lack dim the light of opportunity. Words of wealth illuminate hidden doors. Belief gives those words their charge, igniting them like sparks that ignite unseen fires. The imagination itself is a powerful magnet, for what the mind envisions with belief begins to take form in the unseen. To picture yourself lacking. struggling, begging, failing, is to sketch a pattern that spirit will fill with substance. To picture yourself prosperous, supplied, generous, and free, is to sketch a pattern that spirit will also fill, only now with riches. The picture you hold with faith becomes the mold, and divine substance rushes in to fill it. The angel of money delights in a soul who dares to imagine lavish abundance, who dares to see themselves as wealthy, who dares to believe they are worthy of supply. Many say they believe in prosperity, yet their words betray them. They speak endlessly of rising prices, of unpaid bills, of debts looming, of opportunities lost. Each word strengthens the magnet of lack, even while they long for wealth. Belief is revealed not by what one wishes, but by what one speaks when no one is listening. By what thoughts run like hidden rivers beneath the surface of daily life. If those hidden rivers are poisoned with fear, prosperity cannot flow. If those rivers are pure with gratitude, wealth flows freely. The magnet of belief can be shifted, for no mind is fixed forever. Every thought replaced with a higher thought, every word exchanged for a blessing, every belief surrendered and reformed begins to change the polarity of the magnet. The soul that once repelled prosperity can, by persistence, begin to attract it. The angel of money watches patiently as we reshape our inner world, knowing that when the vibration changes, the outer world must follow. To live in constant awareness of this truth is to walk in mastery, to guard every thought as though it were gold, to weigh every word as though it were treasure, to examine every belief as though it were a key, is to hold the power of wealth within your own consciousness. The angel of money does not arrive by chance but by law, and that law responds to the magnetic pull of thoughts, words, and beliefs. Every mind is already a magnet. The question is not whether it attracts, but what it attracts. Thoughts, words, and beliefs are the blueprint of destiny, shaping every coin that enters the hand, every opportunity that knocks at the door, every channel through which supply flows. The universe does not withhold, it only reflects, and the reflection is always faithful to the image held within. Gratitude and faith open the wings of the angel of money. Gratitude is the song that calls abundance closer, the fragrance that draws prosperity as flowers draw bees, the vibration that turns lack into plenty and worry into assurance. Faith is the light that pierces every shadow of doubt, the torch that guides the angel of money through unseen paths to the doorstep of the one who believes. Together they form the master key to wealth, for without gratitude the heart remains closed, and without faith the door remains locked. When both are present, the wings of provision unfold and treasures begin to flow in ways beyond calculation. Gratitude is not reserved for moments when riches are already visible. True gratitude is practiced when coins are few, when the purse is light, when the bank balance is thin, for it is in those moments that gratitude reveals its alchemy. To give thanks for what little appears is to multiply it. To honor the seed is to call forth the harvest. A single coin blessed with sincere gratitude carries the vibration of countless coins, and soon its brothers and sisters come to join it. The heart that says, "I am grateful for this," even while holding only a small portion, opens wide the channels of increase. Faith is the inner knowing that supply exists even before it takes form, that the unseen abundance is already moving toward manifestation. Faith does not ask, "How will it come?" but declares, "It comes." Faith does not waver with appearances, for appearances are fleeting. It anchors itself in eternal law, the law that decrees abundance as the natural state of creation. The one who believes in lack has faith in shadows, while the one who believes in abundance has faith in light. Both are acts of faith, but one closes the wings of the angel of money, and the other causes them to unfold in radiant flight. When gratitude and faith are practiced together, they create a current so strong that even obstacles melt away. Gratitude fixes the mind on blessings, preventing it from slipping into complaint. Faith fixes the mind on certainty, preventing it from falling into fear. Gratitude says, "Thank you for what is here," and faith says, "Thank you for what is coming." Gratitude draws abundance closer in the present, and faith calls it forth from the future. In their harmony, the angel of money is free to move swiftly and powerfully. Consider the one who pays bills with resentment, sighing at every dollar that leaves their hand. Their energy repels more supply, for resentment is ingratitude in disguise. Now consider the one who pays bills with joy, saying, "I am thankful that I had the supply to cover this," or, "I bless this money as it circulates back to me multiplied." This one is aligning with the law of circulation, and the angel of money delights to return their gift many times over. The energy behind the act determines the harvest, for money is not blind to vibration. It responds faithfully to the tone of the heart. Gratitude can be practiced in silence, in thought, in whispered words, or in written lists, but its power lies not in the form but in the sincerity. A perfunctory "thank you," spoken without feeling, holds no magnetism, while a single moment of heartfelt gratitude can shift the entire atmosphere of life. Faith, too, requires not lengthy proclamations but unwavering trust. A small seed of faith, held steadily, outweighs mountains of fear. The angel of money is not moved by volume of words, but by purity of vibration. It is easy to give thanks when the purse is full, but the true mastery is giving thanks before the supply has arrived. This is the gratitude of the prophet, the gratitude that sees with inner vision what the outer eye cannot yet behold. Such gratitude is a declaration of trust, and the universe rushes to fulfill it. To say, "I am grateful for the abundance on its way," is to summon it with irresistible force. Faith joins with this gratitude, turning the unseen into the seen, the invisible into the visible, the promise into provision. The angel of money moves quickly where gratitude is constant. It finds open doors, creates new channels, rearranges circumstances in surprising ways. The grateful soul attracts helpful people, unexpected opportunities, sudden gifts, because gratitude tunes the whole being to the frequency of abundance. Faith then sustains the vibration when appearances seem slow or obstacles arise. Where another might waver, the faithful one holds steady, and the angel continues its work unhindered. Gratitude is also a form of generosity, for it acknowledges the giver, whether human or divine, and returns a blessing in response. When you thank someone sincerely for a gift, you encourage them to give again. When you thank the universe for its provision, you encourage the universe to pour forth more. Faith acts as the soil in which this gratitude takes root, and together they yield an unending harvest. The practice of gratitude shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is present, and this shift alone changes the magnet of attraction. The soul that constantly sees what is missing creates a vacuum of dissatisfaction that draws more lack. The soul that constantly sees what is present creates a fullness of appreciation that draws more to appreciate. Faith extends this fullness into the future, assuring the soul that tomorrow is already taken care of. The angel of money listens for this song of appreciation and trust, and its wings grow strong as the melody grows louder. Gratitude can even transform memories of lack. To look back on times of scarcity and say, "I am thankful for the lessons they brought, for they prepared me for greater abundance," is to redeem the past and turn it into a foundation for wealth. Faith transforms the future, for it declares, "What comes to me is always greater, always richer, always more perfect than what has been before." In this way, gratitude heals yesterday and faith secures tomorrow, and the angel of money dwells freely in the eternal now. Every act of gratitude, no matter how small, is like striking a note on the harp of prosperity. Every act of faith is like striking another. Together they create a symphony that cannot be ignored. The angel of money hears this music and moves joyfully toward it, carrying with it the treasures of heaven and earth. For wealth does not respond to demand, nor to desperation, but to harmony. Gratitude and faith are the harmony of the prosperous soul, and they open doors that effort alone cannot unlock. Circulation and generosity multiply wealth through divine law. The universe itself is a great circulatory system. Tides ebb and flow. Seasons shift in rhythm, breath enters and departs, rivers pour into the sea, and rain returns to the earth. Nothing in creation is stagnant, for stagnation is death and circulation is life. Money, being divine energy, follows the same law. It is not meant to be hoarded in fear, locked away in distrust, or clutched with anxiety. It is meant to move, to serve, to bless, to return. When money is allowed to circulate freely, it breathes like the lungs, it flows like the rivers, and it multiplies like the harvest. The angel of money delights in circulation, for in circulation money fulfills its true purpose as servant of spirit. Generosity is the conscious act of setting circulation in motion. To give is to release, and to release is to invite return. The fearful mind says, "If I give, I will have less." The enlightened mind knows, "When I give, I multiply." For giving is sowing, and what is sown must grow. A farmer does not clutch his seeds in fear of loss, but scatters them joyfully, knowing each seed returns a harvest many times greater than itself. In the same way, the generous soul scatters blessings of money, time, kindness, and provision, confident that the law of circulation will bring back a multiplied return. When money is given with love, it carries a vibration of expansion. It goes forth charged with blessing, and in its journey it creates channels of return. The one who gives grudgingly, with resentment or fear, sees little return, for their vibration has poisoned the seed. The one who gives joyfully, with faith and gratitude, reaps an overflowing harvest. Divine law is precise: what you give out, you call back to yourself. Give with joy and joy returns. Give with fear and fear returns. Money follows the current of consciousness, and generosity charged with faith is the strongest current of all. Circulation is not waste, it is wise release. To spend money with resentment is to choke its flow. To spend money with blessing is to accelerate its circulation. Each payment, each purchase, each act of giving can be turned into an affirmation of abundance. To say, "I bless this money as it circulates and returns to me multiplied," is to transform every expenditure into a seed of wealth. To fear every outgoing coin is to turn it into a withered seed. The angel of money follows the vibration of your release, not merely the act itself. Generosity is not measured by amount but by spirit. A coin given with joy may carry greater power than a fortune given with reluctance. The widow's mite, blessed with faith, has more circulation than the treasure hoarded in anxiety. Divine law does not calculate numbers but measures vibration. The smallest gift, given in love, opens channels that the largest hoard cannot. For wealth is not the size of storage but the freedom of flow. The generous heart is always wealthy, regardless of visible sums, because it lives in alignment with the law of circulation. To hold money tightly in fear is to dam the river, to create stagnation that eventually dries up. To release money with faith is to keep the river flowing, ensuring continual supply. The angel of money moves swiftly through flowing rivers, not stagnant ponds. It delights in generous acts, in joyful spending, in fearless circulation. The miser, though surrounded by gold, lives in poverty of spirit, while the giver, though possessing little, lives in wealth of consciousness. The universe does not reward tight fists but open hands, for open hands can both give and receive. Circulation also creates opportunity for others, and in blessing others, the giver blesses themselves. Money that moves enriches all who touch it. A payment to one becomes income to another. A gift to one becomes provision to another. A purchase from one becomes livelihood to another. The circulation of money is the lifeblood of society, and generosity keeps that blood healthy and strong. To interrupt circulation through fear or greed is to weaken the body of abundance, but to participate freely is to strengthen it for all. Generosity also dissolves the illusion of separation. To give is to affirm unity, to recognize that supply is infinite and no one is outside its reach. In giving, the soul says, "I trust that there is enough for me and enough for you." This trust multiplies wealth, for it aligns with divine truth. Fear says, "There is not enough." Generosity says, "There is always more." The angel of money honors the voice of truth, not the whisper of fear, and moves toward the one who affirms abundance for all. Circulation has many forms, not only in money but in kindness, service, and love. Yet money is one of the most visible and powerful expressions of this law. When money flows freely, opportunities grow, doors open, needs are met, dreams take shape. When money is withheld, fear grows, doors close, needs remain unmet. To keep money in motion is to keep life in motion. The angel of money carries prosperity along these currents, ensuring that the one who participates in circulation never lacks. Generosity also proves to the subconscious mind that supply is endless. Each time you give freely, you declare to yourself, I am not bound by lack, I trust in infinite supply. The subconscious, impressed by this act, begins to expect abundance. Expectation magnetizes supply, and soon the outer world matches the inner conviction. In this way, generosity not only circulates money outward, but also circulates faith inward, strengthening the very belief that draws wealth. Circulation breaks the illusion of possession, for in truth no one owns money. It passes through hands, moving from one steward to another, always returning, always shifting. To claim ownership in fear is to invite loss. To act as a channel of circulation is to invite increase. The angel of money honors channels, for channels keep the flow alive. Those who release in generosity become wider channels, trusted by the universe to handle greater streams of wealth. Those who clutch in fear become narrow channels, through which little can pass. The act of generosity sets in motion ripples, far beyond the immediate. A gift given today may return years later through a different source. A generous act may open opportunities unseen, introduce connections unknown, or dissolve obstacles unnoticed. Circulation is never linear, it is expansive, weaving through unseen networks before returning multiplied. Faith trusts this unseen weaving, gratitude blesses it, and generosity sets it in motion. To understand circulation is to understand that giving and receiving are the same act, two sides of the same coin. To refuse to give is to refuse to receive, and to refuse to receive is to halt giving. Both must remain open for the flow to continue. The angel of money is always ready to carry gifts in both directions, but it needs the hands of the soul to remain open. Generosity keeps the hands open. Circulation keeps the flow moving, and divine law ensures multiplication in perfect measure. The angel of money brings freedom. Not just riches, freedom to create, serve, and live fully. To see money only as piles of coins or stacks of notes is to misunderstand its sacred assignment. Money, as divine energy, is not an end but a means. Not a master but a servant, not a prison but a pathway. When it flows rightly, it breaks the chains of limitation, lifts burdens from weary shoulders, and opens doors that fear once kept closed. The angel of money comes not to weigh the soul down with mere possessions but to unbind it, to grant liberty of choice, to make space for expression, and to empower the unfolding of destiny. Freedom is the true gift hidden within supply. With money, one is not forced to live only in survival, but may rise into creativity. The painter may buy colors and canvas. The musician may acquire instruments. The writer may secure the quiet place to dream. The inventor may bring forth new tools. These creations then bless others, circulating joy, inspiration, and progress. Money provides the stage, but the soul provides the play. Without the freedom money brings, many dreams remain locked in silence, waiting for wings. The angel of money delivers those wings, whispering to each soul, "You are free to create, for the universe has supplied the means." Money also grants the freedom to serve. When life is weighed down with constant worry over bills and needs, the heart turns inward in struggle. But when provision is assured, the heart turns outward in generosity. One can give time, energy, and love more freely when not bound by lack. The angel of money moves through the hands of the generous, allowing them to support causes, uplift communities, nurture families, and sow seeds of kindness. Service becomes effortless when supply flows steadily. Forgiving is joyful when one knows that the well will never run dry. To live fully is the greatest wealth of all, and the angel of money exists to make this possible. To live fully is to choose paths not out of fear but out of joy, to follow inspiration without dread of deprivation, to walk boldly into opportunities without the shackles of, "How will I afford it?" Money provides choices, and choices are freedom. It is not the coins themselves, but the liberty they grant that holds the blessing. The angel of money arrives to remove the bars of limitation and to swing open the gates of possibility, so that life may be lived in fullness, not in fragments. There are those who confuse riches with bondage, imagining that more money means more worry, more responsibility, more corruption. But this is only true when money is seen as master. When money is reclaimed as servant, its presence lightens rather than burdens. True riches are measured in freedom, not in numbers. A vast sum that shackles a soul with fear is poverty in disguise, while a modest supply that grants freedom of spirit is true wealth. The angel of money is never a tyrant, but always a liberator when recognized in its divine role. Freedom through money does not only apply to the visible. It frees the mind from the constant chatter of lack, the endless calculations of survival, the heavy burden of doubt. With money as a faithful servant, the mind is free to imagine higher, to dwell on beauty, to meditate on truth. The heart released from fear is free to love more deeply, to dream more boldly, to laugh more fully. The body relieved from the strain of overwork born of scarcity is free to rest, to heal, to move with ease. The angel of money ministers to the whole being, not by bringing endless coins to clutch, but by delivering the liberty that money rightly used can bring. The freedom to create is one of the most profound expressions of wealth. Every soul is a creator by nature, carrying within it ideas, visions, and dreams that long to take shape in the world. Money provides the tools, the materials, the space, the time. It opens the workshop, unlocks the studio, furnishes the classroom, and lights the lamp. The angel of money stands beside the creator and says, "You are free to bring forth what lies within you. You are free to give your gift to the world." In this way, money becomes not merely a personal blessing, but a channel through which the world is enriched. The freedom to serve is equally divine. Money allows a soul to extend beyond its own needs and to touch the lives of others. A meal given, a shelter built, a book published, a foundation established. These are not acts of bondage but acts of liberty. For true freedom is not only the ability to receive, but the ability to give abundantly. The angel of money enables such giving by keeping supply flowing, so that service is not hindered by lack. The more one gives, the more channels open, and the more freedom circulates through all. To live fully is to awaken each morning without dread, to walk through each day without the weight of chains, to rest each night without fear of tomorrow. Money, rightly understood, is the companion that helps create such a life. It buys not happiness itself, but the space in which happiness may flourish. It buys not love, but the opportunities through which love may be expressed. It buys not wisdom, but the quiet and freedom in which wisdom may be sought. The angel of money never confuses means with ends, it brings the means so that the ends may be fulfilled. Those who shun money often unknowingly shun freedom, for they imagine poverty to be holy and wealth to be suspect. Yet what holiness lies in constant worry? What sanctity lies in chains of lack? True holiness is freedom to express the divine self, and the angel of money is one of the messengers that delivers that freedom. It does not diminish spirit, but uplifts it. It does not corrupt purpose, but empowers it. It does not bind the soul, but sets it free to soar. The angel of money whispers continually, "You are not bound. You are not meant to live in fear of tomorrow. You are meant to create, to give, to rejoice, to live abundantly." Riches that do not grant freedom are counterfeit, true riches always liberate. When money is welcomed as a servant of spirit, it brings with it the open sky of possibility, the endless fields of creativity, the rivers of service, and the wide horizon of a life fully lived. The angel does not measure wealth by the weight of coins, but by the weight of chains removed, by the liberties gained, by the expansion of the soul. And so the angel of money brings not just riches, but freedom. The freedom to create what is within, the freedom to serve with joy, and the freedom to live in the fullness of life without fear.